Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for visiting. And for those of you who are returning, thank you for giving me the opportunity to read for you again. So, I was thinking that I would start doing one card pulls for you guys for the collective. I do one card pulls for myself pretty much daily, and they help me a lot. If you want to treat this like a daily message, you certainly can, but it should resonate whenever you find it, regardless of whether or not you're watching them every day or you watch 3 or 4 at a time. So your card is the Four of Wands. Very nice. It feels like after quite a bit of a struggle, you are going to start seeing happiness in your life. And what I'm liking about this is that it's actually starting with you. It feels like for some of you, you could have bought a new house and be moving towards the end of the month or the end of the summer. There's something here about the possibility of you spending a significant amount of money to upgrade where you live. For some of you, you're moving in with someone, like you recently have gotten engaged or you decided to commit to each other on a deeper level than just like living separate, right? There's something about your life right now where it feels so stable and so harmonious, and it's actually giving you more than what you had. Like, I see that you made a big investment, and this could even be time, right? Like, some of you have spent a long time organizing all your stuff or giving things away so that you had less, like you've become an essentialist or a minimalist. It feels like you've done something in some way to really get in touch with what you value, and realizing that maybe you were holding on to like too much stuff that just wasn't being used, or you decided to rather have space than things, right? As far as on like an emotional level or a spiritual level, this is really good because I feel like you're finding the harmony within yourself. You're starting to release like all of the things that the world told you were important, right? Maybe you came from an upbringing where like you were told you had to live a certain way, or that your life had to look like a specific, first you do this, then you do that. And it feels like now you're giving yourself permission to really live life in accordance with your own morals or your own values, rather than being very concerned about what the status quo is like in society or through your family of origin. What I like about this energy is that you're seeing the value of what you've created for yourself. And it's not just like monetary, right? Or even physically, like what you've been able to accumulate. You're seeing yourself as somebody who's so incredibly valuable right now. And for some of you, that's because you've like finished school and so you got a degree and you're seeing yourself as being more valuable in the work sector. For others of you, you've just spent so much time like loving on yourself and cultivating a really deep level of personal security within who you are, that you're becoming a lot more protective of who you're letting into your life, right? Or very protective of where you're putting your energy at this time. And I really like that for you, right? It's like you're cultivating your own sense of stability and not too much worrying about the people in your external. You're very focused on yourself at this time. Now, as far as the person that's coming through in this reading, it looks like they've probably been dealing with someone else if you're interested in someone. And because of that, you are seeing yourself as like a prize to be won, right? Like when they had an opportunity to be with you, they chose to invest elsewhere. And what I'm seeing about that is that investment is not coming into fruition the way that they had hoped. Something that I want you to be mindful of, though, that's coming through in this card is that if this person were to try to get a hold of you again, they have not gotten rid of whoever the other person is that's in their life, because they're trying to like spread their attention to see what will work better for them, right? Like, oh, the person I'm paying attention to isn't doing what I want them to do. I'm going to get a hold of this Divine Resolution Tarot viewer and see what they're up to. And I'll kind of like take half of the time I've been giving to this person and give it over here. And wherever it pays off is where I'm going to go. So I think if you know who I'm talking about, you're probably feeling kind of that like boundary being activated just by hearing that they're thinking about you, or that, whatever they're doing isn't working, and you're like, well, they're not coming back here, right? I'm seeing that very strongly. And so I just want you to be aware of the fact that that's kind of what this person is doing at this time. If they were to come towards you, it's like they don't have any particular affinity for either one of you more than the other. It really is just to their benefit. Like, where can I go to get my needs met, or where can I go to get what I want? So if you turn that person away, they would very much either go back and give 100 to whoever this person is that it feels like it's failing with, or they would just go down the line and try to find someone else, right? So that they're not putting all of their energy into something that feels like it's not working. So just be mindful of that if you're here because you're interested in someone else, or you want to see what's going on with someone that you're attracted to or someone you've dealt with in the past. Now, as far as spirituality, what I really like about this is that you've shown to source that you can be trusted with wealth. Okay. So maybe in the past, it feels like everything you got, you would very quickly lose. Or if you made plans, it feels like things would never work out the way you wanted. And then it's like, man, I invested all this time or energy. But since those things have been happening in your life, either the way that you've responded to disappointment has changed. So for some of you, maybe you've transmuted that energy into like something positive, like, okay, if things aren't going the way I want them to go, instead of ruminating on it, I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to focus on my physical fitness, or, maybe I need to drink less, or whatever it is, right? There's something in your life that it's like you've completely changed the way that you handle the disappointments that have been coming your way. And because of that, the universe sees you like you're about to be blessed so much because you can be trusted with this blessing. You can be trusted with this wealth or whatever is coming your way, like financial abundance, because you're not going to squander it, right? You see the value of money. So for some of you, you just haven't had it for a long time, or you've been feeling really down on your luck. But that's about to change because you'll use your money not just in a way that benefits you, you're actually going to benefit other people. And that's why the universe is like, okay, cool. You're at a place you need to be where you're not going to squander this blessing or squander this wealth. You've had to learn some really difficult lessons, right? About like money or the value of time or whatever. And so now it's like you're so secure. You're in a space where the universe wants to really bless you with some great stuff because you're going to multiply it, right? And you're going to go forth and share it with people who perhaps really need the help. But I feel like because you've been down on your luck and you've been able to pull yourself back up, you'll be very discerning about who is telling the truth about their story or who really needs help versus people that are just like resting on previous laurels or refusing to get up and help themselves, right? So kind of a big transformation going on in your life. But what I really like is that it started with you. You know what I mean? Like you were the one that made the necessary changes to start attracting all of this wealth and abundance because you started really seeing the value in yourself, right? And so now you're in alignment with so much more. I'm going to pull you an affirmation card. These cards are really cool. If you're into journaling, there's like a question that you can journal about or meditate about, and then there's an affirmation on the other side. So let's see what you got for this reading. All right. So for those of you who, spend time in thought or meditation, or even just like to journal, your question is, how much more enjoyable will life be when I realize that my best is enough? What can I do today to begin thinking with that mindset? Now, for your affirmation, it says, my best is always enough. And I love that for you guys because, like I was seeing, you're really changing the way that you move and not holding yourself to other people's standards, right? So you're being encouraged to continue to celebrate yourself. Everything you want, it feels like it really is coming. You just have to stay the course. So for those of you who love affirmations like I do, comment down below. My best is always enough. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for letting me pull a card for you. And I will see you soon. Bye.